Hey, Troy Dean here from WP Elevation and Rockstar Empires, and in this video I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you inside one of our course membership websites. I've had a lot of requests from people asking me how I put our video lessons together and if they could see some examples. So here it is. This is inside our WP Elevation members website where we sell a 6-week drip-fed course to WordPress consultants to help them improve their business. And this is one of the lessons here in Module 1, Incoming, all about generating and processing incoming leads. This is a lesson called Request Connection and Website Worksheet. I won't go into the details of the actual content of the lesson, but I'll show you how we put it together and how I make these videos. So a lesson consists of a video, a training video here. We try and keep them as short as possible. This particular one is 8 minutes and 44 seconds. That's a little long for my liking. I like to try and keep these under 5 minutes if I can. Then it's the title of the lesson, the topic progress, and as you can see here, I've actually completed this topic, which is the incoming topic. But if I was only halfway through, only half of these green ticks would appear. Then a description of the lesson, and then the materials and the links that relate to the lesson, the video and audio download so that our students can listen and watch offline, and then a quiz to make sure that our students are paying attention and that the information and content is sinking in. So now what I want to do is just play you a little bit of this lesson so you can see how I record these lessons. The lessons that I record are just keynote presentations on a screen captured with ScreenFlow, and I have a USB camera, the Logitech C920 USB camera, also pointing at me at the same time. And what I do is I flick between the slides and looking direct to camera. And then I have a little bit of music at the start and the end to signal that the lesson has begun and finished. And the music is consistent for each module. So Module 1 has its own little music track. Module 2 has a separate music track. Module 3 has its own music track, just to distinguish as you're going through the 6-week drip-fed course. You know, you don't want to listen to the same music for 6 weeks, so every week we switch it up just to keep it a little more entertaining and engaging. So right now I'm just going to play you the start of this lesson, and then I'll play you the end of it and show you how some of these edits work. And by the way, this video is just hosted on Vimeo. I'm just going to make sure that HD is turned on so we get a nice version of it. And here is the start of the lesson. All right, welcome back. So remember, the first part of the blueprint is called Incoming. So you can see there, I just had a slide at the start of the screen, at the start of the lesson, and then I hit record. I left that slide up for a few seconds, and then I just introduced myself and the lesson and welcomed the students back just by looking directly at the USB camera, which is sitting on top of my monitor, and I'm using the Rode Podcaster microphone to record my voice. I'll just play a few more seconds of this. And we will cover generating leads and finding your ideal client in the Better Clients Flight Plan, which will be released as a bonus at the end of the Blueprint course. So what we're dealing with right now is the moment when somebody puts their hand up and says, hey, I'm interested in a website. What do you do with them? How do you start handling those incoming leads? So I'm just now telling the students what they're going to learn in this particular lesson. And if I just scroll along here, you'll see here I just put a slide back up. The first thing you want to do, the first thing you want to make sure is that anyone coming into your business is either connected to you in some way, so they're either part of your LinkedIn network or... So what I've done here is I try and intercut the slides and me looking at the camera every 30 or 40 seconds, just because if I leave a slide up there for 8 minutes, or if I'm looking at the camera for 8 minutes, it's going to get tiring for the viewer and they're going to disengage. So to keep it as engaging as possible, I intercut between the slides and the camera every 40 seconds or every minute at the most. And the way I do that is just record the keynote, have the keynote open on my computer, open ScreenFlow on the Mac, and ScreenFlow records the USB camera and the screen at the same time. And then I just edit it in ScreenFlow. I literally just cut holes out of the slide where I want my face to appear on the camera. It really is that simple. Let's just go to the end of this lesson here, where I ask them to do the quiz. Also under this video is a quiz, which if you've been paying attention and making some notes, should take you about 60 seconds to fill that quiz in. And remember, you don't need to do the quiz, but if you do the quiz, then you will get your badges. If you complete every quiz with an 80% pass rate or more, with an 80% pass rate or more, you will get badges unlocked at the end of each week. And if you unlock all of your badges, of course, you will then get your certificate that you can download. So what I've done then is just to explain why they need to take the quiz. Why I think they need to take the quiz is so that they actually learn the content. But I'm dangling a carrot saying, hey, if you take the quiz, we'll unlock a badge, and then at the end of the 6 weeks, we will unlock your certificate for you as well. And you'll be a certified WP Elevation WordPress consultant. So do the quiz, download the email templates, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll walk you through the website worksheet. Okay, then I just put the title card up again for the module and the same outro music. And it fades out and we're done. That's it. So that is how I put the lessons together. Very simple. Less than $500 worth of equipment in terms of the USB camera and the Rode Podcaster microphone. You can even get cheaper USB mics. You don't need to use the Rode Podcaster. Keynote, ScreenFlow, I think is about $150 on the Mac. There are options to do this on a PC if you're using a PC, but I use a Mac, so I know the Mac tools. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an example of, an example lesson in our course. And remember, we are super committed to getting our students to complete our courses, and we're currently averaging over 65% completion rates of students that take our courses. So, hey, I hope you found this helpful. I look forward to speaking with you in another video. Until then, I'm Troy Dean. Stay curious and make some noise.